Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan. Today I bring you a video intended to aid the Tecmo Super Bowl tournament community. This is a lot of controllers that I got from Gamestop, especially priced at only $5.99 each, with a total shipment of $5.99, and I thought that was a great price. Normally, for most of the items that I get, whenever possible, I will patronize the local game stores, and I recommend that you do so. However, when you have to buy as many controllers as a tournament organizer does, you got to save every penny you can, and sometimes even just the availability isn't there. Quite frequently when I go to stores, there may be one or two controllers available, and typically, just to kind of give you an idea, $10 to $15 is what they tend to go for a used OEM controller, and no longer available are the Circa controllers made by Hyperkin that were pretty close approximations. We weren't using them, but for just the standard user, these are getting harder and harder to get a hold of in decent condition. So I will be going through each one of these controllers, and I will be reporting the condition, kind of the good, fair, bad, and we'll see how many survived the journey, as it were, from where they came, and just how good they are, and are they up to par for a Tecmo Super Bowl tournament. And then we'll engage with GameStop support if needed, and see how they handle that request. So stay tuned. We will go on to the next part of the video. All right, so I went ahead and tested all 10 of these controllers, and what I did to test that game is just get into a versus CPU game, return a kickoff if it comes to you, and then punt it back. Test out that D-pad, see how responsive the player is moving around, and then for testing the buttons, what I do is on the defensive line, I just do my thumb slide and see how responsive the button is for B and A, and then I do a slow down tap to make sure that individual button presses with moderate pressure are detected. So what I had are all the controllers on the left here were good, very good to excellent condition. These are definitely right out of the bag, tournament ready. I don't have to do anything to these. You can plug in, start playing, and have a good overall experience. The perfect controller is going to have, and this is very subjective, but a lot of spring to the buttons with minimal button presses to make them go off. Same thing with the D-pad. It's going to be nice and broken in, so it's very easy with minimal effort, so you're not wearing your thumb out from a long tournament. But that's the excellent. There is one of those. The rest were very good. At the top right here, these controllers, on occasion, just the D-pads were kind of stiff. They were still very responsive. You just had to use a little more force, and then you just had to make sure that the buttons were still very good with the thumb slide, but didn't get as many presses off of those, but I was still able to get in that 15 range. So for traditional tappers will be no problem, and I'm hoping just with some cleaning that those will be fine. And then the ones at the bottom right, those had issues where you really had to lay into the buttons to get them to go off. There were times you would just do moderate press on like the B button, for instance, and it wouldn't necessarily register. So I'm going to call GameStop and let them know what happened here out of the box. I'm certain probably with some cleaning, these are all likely to be fit at some point for tournament play, but for now we're going to go ahead and we'll clean the ones at the top, and then we'll see if we can get the ones at the bottom replaced. Last time we did a replacement complaint with them with controllers, they actually resent the entire order and didn't ask for the remainder back, so we'll see if that happens again, or if they've corrected that oversight since the last time we got controllers from them. So alright, we'll see the next part of the video here. Alright guys, just got off the phone with GameStop, and they're going to replace the controllers on the right, and they said that I do not have to send those 4 back to them. So that's pretty stellar. In my mind, it's not worth it in their heads for $6 a piece to take them back, process them, and then have to figure out why they're not working. I think they're more likely just throw them out. So in their minds, they're essentially having me do their job for them. And I'm going to go ahead and make a repair attempt, making those usable by all means. But another 4 are on the way. Hopefully they are up to snuff. If they're not, they'll get the same call from me. But they were pretty easy to work with. I want to say I waited on hold less than a minute to get a hold of someone, and about a minute or two of verification of information, and about a 3-4 minute conversation with them explaining what was up. So the one thing they are checking is to make sure that, of course, they have stock to replace them. But if any of them are not up to your standards, if you report any of them as such, it seems like they're very willing to replace them, and you don't have to send the other ones back. This was my experience last time, and it looks like that is consistently the case for them. So good news if you're ordering controllers from GameStop and they're not as you want them. So this is Trojan signing out. I'll make a separate video when the other shipment comes in, because they said it was about 10 business days or so for the next batch to come in, which is fine. I'm not in any hurry. So thanks for watching this video, and hopefully you found it helpful. Let me know what your experience is with GameStop, and if you order any controllers from them in the comments, and like this video if you liked it, and thumbs down if you didn't. We'll see you next time, guys.